This whole idea of livestock emissions causing global warming is a vegan lie. It's a globalist agenda lie, with veganism being only one part of this agenda. I mean, the proponents of the vegan diet do want to make it a global phenomenon, completely disregarding our nutritional needs or individual differences. But basically, lowercase v veganism is the diet part of the ideology that is the capital V veganism. This veganism now intersecting with environmentalism, with both really being a part of the larger whole of globalism, the Green Revolution. Perhaps this is a new, unexplored facet of this intersectionality of societal power struggle with the supposedly downtrodden vegan who never wanted anything but to save animals, also becoming the allegedly oppressed by acid rain and cow farts environmentalist who also wants to save the animals, but more importantly, us all from ourselves. Or so they say. But I digress. This video is about the vegan lie of livestock emitting methane, thereby driving global warming, and thus needing to be genocided essentially. I don't know about you, dear vegan, but genocide is not the holy grail of my ethical belief. And harvest is not genocide. What you advocate is genocide, both human and animal. But back to these so-called cow farts. First and foremost, carbon dioxide is not a greenhouse gas. Or more precisely, it does not cause global warming. Or at the very least, you can't say that it does because this has never been proven. Not only do carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere follow, not precede warming, the current scientific theory, courtesy of NASA, is that CO2 actually cools the atmosphere, which would make more sense if you think about it logically. But get ready for the powers that be to revamp this global ice age scaremongering from the 70s. It's coming. Maybe. Anyway, if CO2 is supposedly a major driver of global warming, and according to the scientific data, an increase in carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere also follows after this global warming, wouldn't we all have cooked by now in this vicious cycle? But say science one more time, you brainwashed vegan. Fuck logic, right? Consider our oceans releasing more CO2 as they warm. Could they possibly provide some sort of a buffering effect on global temperature rise? Probably. Or knowing that our planet has warmed and cooled intermittently for billions of years at least, is it so wrong to assume that warming mechanisms are counteracted by cooling ones? Probably. Action, reaction. Can you guys think of any other phenomena cooling the planet? Let me give you a clue. NIGHT. But it's possible that some great amount of CO2 or methane in the atmosphere could contribute to the planet warming or global climate change. But if that's true and the onus is on you to prove this, dear vegan, why are we blaming natural animal biochemistry and bodily function while ignoring the role of plants in this natural gas cycle? This is something that has been happening for millions of years and never destroyed the planet. Quite to the contrary, it has allowed for life to exist. Life begets life. Why aren't we blaming all the man-made processes like fracking, mining, gas and oil drilling, processing and consumption, or the hydrogen bomb? Processes that take what's locked away underground and release it into the atmosphere. If anything is adding to this natural methane and carbon dioxide cycle and creating a problem, if you think a certain amount of this or that gas or element in the air is a problem, shouldn't we blame those things for this supposed imbalance? But if you do want to blame living things for warming the planet, dear vegan, why not blame the rice production for releasing far more methane into the atmosphere than cattle? Why not blame wild animals? What about decomposing plants? Are we supposed to dry up all of Earth's swamps, kill all plant life and animals, humans included? Is that really how we, quote unquote, save the planet and ourselves? Really? The carbon cycle is not rocket science, but it is science. Animals release carbon dioxide and methane. Methane breaks down relatively quickly and into carbon dioxide. Plants absorb mostly carbon dioxide, while some plants also uptake methane. Yeah? Still with me? Then the animal eats these plants and once again releases these gases. And this cycle includes all of you flatulent vegans out there. Either the cow does it for me, I don't eat many plants, or I do it by eating the plants you say I should. If I don't fart or belch. How about you, vegan? You're no different than the cow. You eat, shit, and fart plants all day. You're essentially advocating the calling of all herbivores, which is exactly what we will have to become if we can no longer eat animals. Should we call humanity once it starts eating nothing but plants and farting up a storm? Yep. Kill all animals, but save the planet. These vegans are morons. How is disrupting this natural cycle of these so-called greenhouse gases good for the planet? How is killing animals, without which plants cannot thrive, without which, I'm talking about the plants now, we will suffocate? How is this good for us? Plants need animals to create fertile soil, and they need animals to produce CO2 and methane for the plants to respire. If you want both to thrive, that is. Animals need plants as food to eat, and they need them to produce oxygen. The animals, we, breathe. It's called photosynthesis, genius, and it requires CO2. And the byproduct of photosynthesis is, wait for it, oxygen. CO2 is, well, CO2. The plant takes the carbon to make carbohydrates, as long as you water it, and releases the O2, oxygen. CO2 minus C equals O2, oxygen. But I guess the carved up vegan brain is so gummed up with glucose it cannot grasp basic logic. So, animals passing gas or breathing aren't adding any more of this quote unquote bad gas to this closed system. They are simply participating in this natural gas cycle. To put it bluntly, plants breathe animal farts and animals breathe plant farts. It's a perfect system, a closed loop. But these remedial vegans want to disrupt that. This is not environmentally friendly. This is self-destruction. But yes, there is more to this than methane or carbon dioxide. Plants and animals create other gases, and I'm sure those will become a fake problem soon enough as well. Do you remember all the CO2 scaremongering? All the lies from Gore and the like? We went through all of that just to find out it was all bullshit, right? Those of us speaking the truth had to go through this whole conspiracy theories, personal attacks, just to see the zombies who attacked us move the goalpost from CO2 to now methane, never conceding defeat because they're ethical. So now they are jumping all over this methane scaremongering, the same methane that is converted into that same CO2, that is a well-established non-issue, a non-starter. Same shit, different gas. All right. Soon enough, after the methane scaremongering is exposed for the BS that it is, they'll find yet another natural gas to blame and tax. What are they going to do when they run out of gas, huh? Oh, wait, I know. Peak oil. Are you scared yet? I'm not. I suppose some clever, in quotation marks, vegan will talk about how animal agriculture is a problem because of the transportation cost and water usage and the fact that the cows tan using precious limited solar energy. Because that same vegan, obviously, grows his bananas, avocados, oats, and blueberries in his backyard, fertilized by his backyard chickens and fish meal. Eggs are amazing, guys, I swear. Chicken period, salmon roe. Yes, please. Anyway, these tack-on arguments are tacky as fuck, except they don't stick. To say that the cow is a problem because it eats wheat, what you're really saying is that wheat is the problem. To say that the pig is the problem because of the rain that falls on it or its food, what you're really saying is that the rain is the problem. To say that the chicken is the problem because of the transport truck, what you're really saying is that that truck is the problem, not the chicken, the cow, or the pig. So, unless you're saying we need to get rid of rain, wheat, and transportation, well, go fuck yourself. Well, go fuck yourself either way, dear vegan. You have no clue what it is that you're saying. None of these are actually arguments for veganism or against the animal, dummy. They are arguments against the rain, wheat, and transportation. Please try to be logical. But if some of these gases really are a problem, at least in certain quantity or concentration, it is not the animal that is throwing the system out of balance. The natural animal has its natural counterpart, the plant, and vice versa. Action, reaction, remember? I'm pretty sure it's a scientific principle. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anything is the problem, and I'm not convinced that there is a problem, it's fossil fuel consumption. It's all the molecules we rip out of the ground and put in the air. What is the counterpart to this? How are we sequestering all these pollutants after we release them? The cow has the plant. Your car has what? What's the solution? Kill the cow because your car pollutes too much? So let me get this straight. The modern human disrupts natural cycles, complains about the imbalance, then blames the natural animal and calls himself responsible. Brilliant. Go vegan, dumb fuck. This vegan argument that cattle cause global warming is pure nonsense. If you want to blame anyone, blame yourself. You see, vegans call these animals innocent, then they blame them for anthropogenic pollution. Yet another way veganism refutes itself. There is no excuse for any vegan out there to still be making this argument, or cow farts cause global warming. Other than, obviously, idiocy, ignorance, or just pure dishonesty. So, the next time you hear a vegan trying to blame cattle for the same gases that he himself emits, tell him he's talking out of his ass again and send him this video. Thanks for watching.